Hey everybody, welcome to another reviews and another Ferro Concepts product. This is the Ferro Concepts back panel Molle. It's already on an FCPC V5, so you can see what it looks like. I've actually got it direct to the plate bag. You do have options. You could always have this on your plate bag already. This is the Ferro Concepts hydration bladder pouch thing, which you can hook back panels onto. That's usually how I run my V5. This did go on there. I felt like it didn't integrate as well as it does straight to the back panel. I don't know why. It just feels like it has more of a plate bag shape to it. And when you hook it to this, you've got just that extra amount of play that just didn't feel good to me. Why would you want this? Those other back panels, you say. You're right. This is not a real one. This is a repro, but it's exactly what Ferro makes, minus the goodness, because it's got cheap stuff. But still, this is the same thing as Ferro's Banger GP back panel. And that traditionally was one of your options. You could run 3 bangers and a GP. Very mission specific though. You could also run another repro, because I can't find my real one, this double GP. Okay, cool. Gives me some options, carries some stuff. But they're just big open pouches. You know, stuff's just floating around in there, whatever. But then also, again, kind of mission specific. Now, we come into this guy. This gives you options. It gives you flexibility. It allows you to try different things. Now, I originally got this specifically because I really wanted to put an an Eagle Beaver tail on there. I will tell you from my experimenting, it's kind of wonky. The Beaver tail for Eagle is really long and not the greatest fit. There is, however, a really cool beaver tail that is Molle that is shorter. And that, my friends in internet land, is made by Attack. That rig is very nice. It is smaller and would probably play much better on the back of this than, say, the Eagle. I got to get another one. I regret getting rid of my multicam one now because it would have been so much more interesting to see the Attack on there. But I do have another one. I have a painted one. And we're going to play with that too and see where that goes, but that is for a later review / video. I will do another one of these, maybe a short or even another full form, talking about layout specific options for this guy. As of right now though, the Eagle is just too long. I mean, it's even longer than the plate bag by about 3 inches. Why is that a problem? You're going to say, hey Muddy, why is that a problem? Well, here, if I get it really well mounted to the rig, it sits below and it sits okay. But this has a lot of flop and play in it. If I load this down, and that's without loading anything in it. So when I start loading this down with equipment and other stuff, it's just going to move around. It's going to feel funky and it's going to be awkward. It's not going to, you're going to have a bad time. If I do it the other way and I pre-stage like I did right here and start down 2 rows to kind of bring it up, now it's sticking above the plate bag by about 2 inches. And now when I load it, you can hear my cat snoring, or my son's cat. That's hilarious. It will have this weird bend at the top, and it will be funky. And again, underweight, it's not going to be it's not going to be a good time. You're going to hate it. So what to do? What are you going to do? Well, now this platform, very nice, by the way. I mean, look at that. Look how clean that is. It is like nothing. This platform gives you more options. I can't believe the cat's snoring. This is a TYR, like a M60 100 rounder pouch. This is a replica of a Spiritus Gista. Both around the same size. This is more of a 2-channel. This is more of a 3-channel almost. But they fit back here. You can kind of work with them. I could put a horizontal GP up here. And now I've got 1, 2, 3 pouches. I got a large horizontal pouch to hold awkwardly sized items, and I got these 2 slightly smaller GPs to hold smaller items. I could run, which I don't have one, a long horizontal vertical GP. Ferro does make one. Ferro makes a really cool GP pouch suite to go with this. It's like 2 small GPs around this size, and a big vertical and a horizontal. Why would this be cool? Why would you want to run this vertical pouch? Well, again, it gives you an option to carry oddly shaped, oddly sized items. And you could run a radio next to it. I don't have a radio pouch out. They're all spoken for right now on different rigs and different kits. But you could run a radio pouch right here. Gives you option. The one I saw them doing was the wave radio, the M5PU or whatever, and it had like 3 antennas. You put that back here, get it kind of away from up here, get it off your front because of all the antennas. You could run a small squad radio on the front, and you're golden. You're good here. Or you could run that and just have that for everything. It's kind of up to you. But you do have the option. Now, the issue there is messing with your radio. Are you going to have that radio set up where it's kind of pre-configured and you're not going to be changing channels ever? Because if you're going to be doing that, you're going to want to run it up front. But then again, if you run it in a wing, you can't do that. So there's payoffs, guys. There's reasons to, reasons not to. It's all kind of up to you and what you need. But overall, a great piece of kit. I don't know if I touched this on this. I'm going to start talking about the actual construction. It is Cordura all the way around. We'll pull it off and look at it. So it's Cordura, and then it is just Ferro zips with a Tigris body. Tigris stuff is great. It's being used a lot now by people like Ferro, GVRS Group, LBT starting to dabble. It's kind of becoming an industry standard to get things rigid and lightweight. You see it a lot in belts. You see it more common in belts. But you're starting to see it in cummerbunds for plate carriers. But you're starting to see it now other places. Like you see it in this Ferro cummerbund right here. That's Tigris. But you're starting to see it used a lot more as a stiffener to replace the scuba webbing. Whereas the scuba webbing was kind of like, the solution died. It was like lacquered kind of with like this like stiffener material in order to make it stiff. But over time, scuba webbing's material can degrade and you lose some of that stiffness, and then it just becomes almost, not quite, but almost as like malleable as a regular rigger belt. It takes a while for that to happen though. But Tigris solves that. It keeps that rigidity. It's super lightweight and it's really nice. Backside are the Ferro zips. They are YKK zips. They're Vislons, as you see right there. The Vislon YKK zippers. That's what Ferro runs. They're nice. The plastic zippers, really well made. You do have the proof of what it is. There's the Ferro label right there. If you don't see that on your kit, it's probably not real. You got some little elastic keepers for the zips or running other stuff, cable management. And then you do have grommets holding everything on here. I don't think this is going to fail easily, if at all, anytime soon. And it's nothing. If you were running this on your kit without anything on it, you wouldn't even notice it's there. And just gives you the ability to have it back there for if you decide to molly something on it. Well, I wouldn't do that personally. I would take it off, set it aside. Back that thought process up here in my brain work. What else makes this really neat? Multiple user-specific, user-designated, mission-specific configurable platforms. You could have 3 of these, and you could have one with the wave relay radio back here with the large GP. You could have one with a horizontal 2 small GPs. You could have one with, let's say, if it works out really well, a Plat Attack Bullock on here, and you could just swap them around and be good to go. You could even have your own variation of the banger, where you could run, now that they have them, Ferro, got to get some, the single bangers, a GP, and a large GP. You could run Blue Force Gear triple back here for buddy mags, and then a GP. There's a lot of things you could do to make it mission specific, and you could have multiples of these all set up that you could have sitting in a bag, sitting in your truck, sitting at the fob, sitting at the staging area, whatever airsoft or real world it is, and just zip them on, zip them off, zip them on, zip them off. Just set them up per whatever you're doing, and that's pretty cool. I'm a little bummed that this doesn't seem to work really well with it. I'm sure a smaller pack will be really good. Maybe one of those micro or mini mat packs. That's another thing I'm going to try. So I'm going to try to get a hold of some little back panels, pack things that normally would molly right to a rig to see what would fit in this space and what would fit the best. So again, expect another video talking about this guy. Probably not for a while, but there will be a follow-up. Just give me time to acquire the other pieces to play with it. Do I think this is worth your money? 100%. Would I get the replicas that are floating around? Probably not. They're probably just not going to be nearly as robust. Will I probably buy a replica when I see one just to see how well it holds up to this guy? Yeah, I will, because that's kind of what I do. I want to know. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. Hope you got something out of this review. I hope I may have shown you this in a way you haven't seen it before, and maybe turned you on to something new for your Ferro or similar product, especially if you're running Molle Ferro zips. I'll put that probably at the end of the video so that you can throw on a standard Molle plate carrier. Gives you the option to run this too. Pretty neat. Anyway, like I said, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this video. As always, get out there, play some Airsoft, be a bunch of dorks, LARP smarter, not harder, and don't be scared to test new gear, because that's what is half the fun of being a gear nerd. Peace.